The Vatican has announced the death of Pope Francis. Pope Francis, the first Latin American leader of the Roman Catholic Church, died at the age of 88. The Vatican said in a video statement on Monday. The 88-year-old had been discharged from the hospital recently. He suffered various ailments during his 12 years as the Pope. Cardinal Kevin Farrell, in a statement by the Vatican on Telegram channel, announced, and I quote, this morning at 7:35, which is 5:35 GMT, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to home of the Father, unquote. And very unfortunate news coming in there. The Vatican has now announced the death of Pope Francis. Pope Francis was the first Latin American leader of the Roman Catholic Church. He died at the age of 88. The Vatican has announced his passing away in a video statement on Monday, which is today. The 88-year-old had been discharged from the hospital recently. He was suffering various ailments. He was serving at the helm of church for 12 years now. His death was announced by Cardinal Kevin Farrell in a statement which was published on Telegram channel of Vatican, which read, and I quote, this morning at 7:35, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to home of the Father.
These are for your children.
All right, breaking news coming in there. As far as Vatican is concerned, the Vatican has now announced the death of Pope Francis. In what would come as a shocker to the Christian community worldwide, Pope Francis passed away at the age of 88 on Monday. Pope Francis, the first Latin American leader of the Roman Catholic Church, died at the age of 88, the Vatican said in a video statement. The 88-year-old had been discharged from hospital recently. He suffered various ailments during his 12 years as the leader of the Roman Catholic Church. My colleague Kartikeya joining us with more details. Kartikeya, a big setback there for the Roman Catholics. Pope Francis has now passed away.
You see, Pope Francis has to be seen in a different light. Pope Francis came from Latin America. Pope Francis succeeded a European pope. In fact, Pope Francis succeeded a very conservative pope who actually retired before his, before his term could end. Let me put it this way: generally, you are pope for life. Pope is actually appointed for life. Pope dies in office. Pope don't retire. So the previous pope had actually taken retirement, and the history, after so many years, the world had two popes for 10 years. So the Roman Catholic had two popes for 10 years. So the preceding pope passed away, but the context in which this pope has to be seen is that he was supposed to be more, I would say, modern. He played football. He actually addressed the issue of the Roman Catholic. You see, one has to understand, unlike Islam or Hinduism, there is a conversion process which takes place in Christianity itself. You are a Catholic, you can be converted to Presbyterian. You are a Presbyterian, you can change your religion to Protestant. You are a Protestant, then you can join another branch of the church. So Christianity that way is very, very diverse. But in this context, he worked with the Roman Catholic. He made them modern in Latin America. He worked with the kids. He ensured that the Catholic Church responded to the modern needs, which is that they could, they could come to the church and play sport. So I would say that Pope Francis was a different breed altogether. He passed away at the age of 88, and he was able to reset the course of the Roman Catholic Church, which emphasized inclusion and care for the marginalized over doctrinal purity. That is very, very important. Most of the popes prioritize doctrinal purity, But this Pope worked for the marginalized community. And I would say that the Latin American pontificate bitterly clashed with the traditionalists. And who are these traditionalists? Most of them came from Germany.